Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening wherever you are. I have the title today, um, just that phrase, that statement. I'm just human, you know. I think that needs to stop. I think it's a poor excuse for doing things that you don't want to be held accountable for. I think it's a way to, not own, responsibility for your actions, and many people use it all the time. It's just easy to say, well, I'm just human. I'm not perfect. Now, I do agree. Nobody's perfect. There's not one perfect person. I agree with that statement. However, we all know what's right and what's wrong. We all have our own intentions, agendas. We have all these things in our own little brain. So, with that, it's time to own up to who we are and the things that we do. Period. Period. All right. So, let me get into it. You know, I remember when I was the bad boy, gangsterism and that whole thing. And when I decided to walk away from that lifestyle, right, and do what's right. So I went to the church, all right? I went to the church. I figured, you know what? I'm going to give God 100%. I knew what it was like giving the street life 100%. I did it well. I did it good. I was excellent at it. I was, woo, but I felt, okay, I'm doing wrong. If I'm giving somebody some drugs or whatever it may be, that's not right. So how can I be right? How can I be God-like? What's my attitude? What's my energy? And I wanted it. And I wanted my friends to come with me and let's just go and be right, do right, and be better members of society. So I went to church. I'm all in. I'm going in faithfully. And then in the church, I learned how you got to be a servant. You got to serve people. You got to give. You got to do this and do that. So part of me was like, okay, how can I serve? What can I do? So not only did I sing in the choir, but the main thing was I became an usher, right? And so when I wanted to become an usher, I had to go through training. And the trainer that was training me at the time, he was a deacon slash elder. All right. So he's training me. I'm fresh in the church. So I'm brand new from the street life, mind you. I'm from the street life. And this man is training me. And then when the double doors opened up, this woman walked in. And when she walked in, he looked at her and he said to me, he said, look at the tits on her. Hold on. Wait. In my head, I'm like, wait. I knew what that meant. I knew what that meant because I just came from the streets, right? I understand street life, but I'm looking up to, I want to be godlike. So I have a different expectation from the house of the Lord, right? I have this different mindset. And I did not expect to hear that. So I'm like, okay, well, okay. I was so confused at that split second. But he didn't stop there. He continued and he said, I would love to out of her. Oh wow. Oh wow. And I'm like, okay, what's written on my forehead? Does it say you can talk to me this way? And I just felt so I was confused. I was completely lost and confused. And I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, I am in the church building. A woman who walks in, okay, so what her thing is out to here. Who cares? That's her business. But there was no respect. There was no mindfulness. There wasn't anything, but she was objectified. I knew what it is to objectify a woman from the street life. But when it comes to God, when it comes to doing what's right and being what's right, you ought to treat people right, period, right? So I let that slide. I let that be. As time went on, I'm an usher. I've learned how to usher. I'm ushering. But then the pastor preaches a message. He's married. The wife is up there in the pulpit with him. And he says, it's okay to look, but don't touch. I'm like, okay, I'm confused. Street life, I understood. But God life, what is really going on? And I look at how even till today, whether you are, a person of influence or whatever, it's easy to say, well, I'm just human. I'm just human. I'm just human. That's a poor excuse. And it is not a good excuse. Like, you know what your intentions are And my thing is, if you're up there and you're preaching that hurting people hurt people, right? We all understand that. But when somebody is hurting and comes to the church building for help, why can't the church help the people? And that's where my issue is at. When I came to church from the street life, I surrendered 100%. I was all in. I was on my knees. I'm like, Lord, use me in any kind of way. That was my intentions. I came so that I can be a brand new creature, a brand new person, to be a person as a role model and as an exemplar, right? And I did not get that from the church. So why is it that a person who's hurting, who knows what he needs or what she needs, who comes all in, let's say they're coming to church from after being out all night on a Saturday night, they come in with the same clothes on to surrender and be all in. And that person who is surrendering is being preyed upon, P-R-E-Y, being preyed upon by somebody else who is going to take advantage of somebody else, who's going to take advantage of your weakness, who's going to take advantage of your situation, who's going to take advantage of you. Why? Why? When I came in all in, surrendering. No more gang banging, no more slanging, no more nothing. I'm all in. I want to be a servant. And I was being preyed upon. It seemed like it was okay for me to run the streets. It was okay because they can easily say, oh, you know what, brother? I'll pray for you. God bless you. You know, but the fact that I wanted to do what's right and be better, there was no acknowledgement. There was no praising that. There was no nothing. So when somebody can say the fact that, oh, I'm just human. No. Let's be more responsible. If you want to look at somebody's breast, you go up to the person and say, excuse me, I saw you from afar and I noticed your breast. May I have permission to look at them? Because truth of the matter is, communication is everything. You might be amazed. The person might be like, you know what? Okay, hey, you know, they might even pose for you because why? You communicate. People do not communicate. But the fact of saying, oh, you know, I'm just a human. I'm only human. Humans make mistakes. No doubt we make mistakes, but we know what's right and we know what's wrong. You know, we know what's good and we know what's bad. We intentionally know everything that we're doing. You know, so if I see you from afar and I say, oh my God, I want to rub your shoulders, that's what I mean. I just want to rub your shoulders. It's not a gateway to close a deal or anything. It's just, that's my intent and that's it. We communicate, we're on the same page, it's beautiful. Anything else outside of that, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I'm just human. It's a poor excuse. And I'm sick and tired of hearing it. You know, let your words be your words and not a manipulation. Let your energy be your energy with respect and love of the next person. You know, if you cannot be honest with the person, then leave it alone. Don't say anything. But if you want to objectify somebody, go up there, tell the person what you want to do, communicate, and you might be lucky. The person might be like, you know what? Okay, fine. Yeah, sure. Objectify me. Fine. You know, but when you take advantage of somebody who is weak, who is low, who is down, who wants something, and you use God as an excuse, that is a poor example of yourself. And that's not cool. So I just wanted to kind of talk about that and just get that off my chest. Because when people say, oh, we're just only human. Come on now. You know exactly what your intentions has been from day one. From the very minute that you saw something, saw a situation, saw a weakness. You know? And it's just not cool at all. So I just wanted to express that. You know? No more saying, oh, I'm just human. Grow up. Grow up. Become mature. You know, grow up. Maturity is strength. Maturity is beautiful. Stop being childlike and talk about, oh, I'm just human. You know what's right and you know what's wrong. You know, so grow up. And those of you that's in these church buildings and whatever else and using God as an example, oh, what? Oh my God, you're going through that? Okay, I'm going to pray for you. You know, what's your phone number? And you want to take advantage of somebody that's weak. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. You know, we got to be a team together to help people, help one another. You know, most of us are not strong, but the little bit that we have in us, because we want to do what's right, We need help to magnify that little bit that we have so that we can grow and be better and be decent so that we don't hurt anymore. Stop saying hurting people hurt people, but how can a hurting person be healed and be fixed and be better? And that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, you know? So anyway, I'm going to keep that where that is for right now. You know, but I don't like to hear the word, oh, I'm just human. You know, grow up, mature, up, you know, and do what's right. You know, you want to do what's wrong, do what's wrong. But there's no 80-20. It's 100%. It's either you're going to be 100% right or 100% wrong. Pick one and ride in that avenue so that way people know who you are, period. You know, and nothing else. So anyway, let me go back to my sewing. I just wanted to just express that real quick, like, you know, stop making excuses. Oh, I'm just human. That is so lame, and it's not attractive, and it's not beautiful, you know, at all. It's not, you know. So own yourself, own who you are, be mature, be respectful, be mindful, and be 100. And that's a beautiful look, and that's attractive. And you'd be amazed just by you being able to communicate what you want from somebody. They might be like, you know what, that's what's up, because you communicate. All right? Anyway, if you have any comments, share it. Share your thoughts, what you think on that. And have a wonderful day wherever you are. And until next time, peace already.